The Anna Crusis Women's Choir is the longest running feminist choir in the United States. We are a group of women who love to sing, who love community and love to bring the sound of our voices to bear and to influence issues of importance in the realms of justice and human interaction.
In 1975, there was a group of women, and they wanted to do something to help commemorate or celebrate women in 1976 as part of the bicentennial celebration. So a group of women got together called Wine, Women, and Song. And so that was kind of the origination of it. And then Catherine Roma, within the next few years, kind of took over, and it kind of took off from there. But it started actually in '75 because of the bicentennial coming up in 1976 and wanting to have a women's music presence in Philadelphia during that time.
On International Women's Day, the radio station wanted to have a full day of women's music, and come to find out there wasn't much of any. And so we formed ourselves to make some. And that was the beginning of Wine, Women, Song. We sang together for 2 or 3 years. It was very exciting in those days because it was, 1975 was in the heyday of the women's movement, and we were a musical arm of that whole experience for so many of us.
But what makes it a feminist choir, I guess, is the concern for women's issues, a woman's point of view.
We sing music that would be pertinent and supportive and affirming of women's lives.
Since the 70s, when the women's movement got on its feet, we've come a long way. I mean, there's women in many positions of influence, but I think it's still, when I think about some of the more subtle issues of being a woman in terms of selling ourselves short, taking a subordinate role in terms of voicing opinions and that sort of thing. So it's expressed in the music that we sing, but also I think in the way we approach the music that we sing.
The title of being a feminist choir in 1975 had a different meaning, I think, than it would mean in 1995 or that it might mean in 2010.
I think that the excitement of feminism was so fresh and new that it was very much the focus. And although we like to have that still be the focus now, feminism has taken the turn that it has, and if you ask anybody, that turn will be whatever it is, but it's not what it was then. So that initial edge and excitement of being in the choir in those early years has shifted.
While Anna has always been inclusive of gays and lesbians and bisexuals, it really was a gathering. I mean, an Anna concert in the spring really just seemed to bring out the women's community in a really huge way. I feel that perhaps now, maybe Anna isn't as needed in terms of being a little center point for the women's community or the lesbian community, because they're everywhere, we're everywhere. So I feel like maybe it doesn't have quite the same position in the women's community as it did maybe 20 years ago, and that's probably a good thing. The feminism that I think hopefully is still near and dear to our hearts is to listen, include, and try to make decisions that everybody can be on board with.
Just that we are all women, and there's a special energy, I think, that happens when it is all women doing something, working towards a goal that is very special, continues to be special.
I think our mission is to reach out with our voices and to empower other women to sing and to feel good about themselves as well.